College football 26 road to glory. First off, big shout out to EA for allowing me to capture this gameplay early and bring it to you on my channel. It is still a work in progress, so keep that in mind. In this video, I will be going through the whole high school experience and ending off with the hat selection. So drop a like and sub if you haven't, because I will be dropping a lot more of this CFB 26. Let's get it! So here we are starting College Football 26 Road to Glory, and you can start off by going to the settings and changing up your difficulty, quarter length, and even wear and tear settings. You can get deeper into those later on, but then it's time to choose what type of player you want: elite, blue chip, contributor, or underdog. Now, an elite player starts with 1 gold and silver ability. 4-star athletes have 1 silver ability, while contributor and underdog don't start with any. Now, when you're choosing your archetype, there's 5 positions just like we had on 25, but now they have added more archetypes to each one of these positions. As you see, elusive bruiser sounds like it'll be dope for a halfback. And I know some of you wanted to create a kicker or an edge rusher or something like that, even safety. Hopefully in the future they will add more positions, but as of right now, we still have the 5 from the previous year. Now keep in mind, certain schools may be more or less interested in your archetype depending on how well you fit their scheme. So all of this does matter when you're considering what college you want to go to as well. And you see, I have arrived at my primary position, cornerback. It took me a little while to decide what archetype I wanted to go with, but ultimately I chose bump and run. And now we are getting into our player information. Of course, London Bridges II, Noblesville, Indiana. Now at the bottom, you can choose your mascot. I recommend going through and doing your accessories so you can see what you would look like for each one of these squads. And also keep in mind, you can import your team from Team Builder if you have a special high school you want to create, and bring in a mascot from that. And you see, we are changing up the hair color. They have all kinds of funky styles now. You can go with like green, highlighter red. Here's the beards. If you like the big, huge beard, you can get that popping on 26. Now, hairstyles, I know that was a big thing about 25. And unfortunately, we still do not get the dreads hanging out of the back of the helmet. I kind of wish that we could take some of the players that already have faces and like customize those, because as you know, they have so many when it comes to Team Builder and creating and editing a player. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to our physique. You could be thin, heavy, lean. As you see, that looks pretty cool. Also muscular or standard, and I'm just gonna stick with standard at the moment. And now I'm going through, like I said before, changing up my accessories. I was trying to see what team I look the best in as far as the gear. You see, they have some sick New Balances now, and we can change up the team to see what color cleats will look the best. And I was thinking to myself, dude, look at these Mustang cleats, the blue and orange, look at absolute fire. And I think I am actually going to go with that team. So now something new to College Football 26 is styles. Now you can change up your throw style. I think there's about 40 different animations just in that category. Then you have the ball carry style, run style. Then you see QB shotgun. I'm not going to go through every single one in every single category, but I'm giving you an idea of just how much you can customize your player here on College Football 26. If you're a quarterback, they have different shotgun stances, even under center stances that you can choose from as well. I was like, yeah, this is looking pretty good, man. Nothing wrong with having more customization options, you know what I'm saying? And you can be the straight up stander in the backfield like Ashton Genty if you're a running back. You see, wide receiver has different stances, and we're about to get down to corner because, you know, ultimately that is what I'm gonna be. So we have wide base, low drive, slight lean, or default. Locked in. I'm gonna go at low drive, and we are finished with our player, 6'2", 210. You see our mental and physical abilities. Bump and run cornerback. We are ready to get it popping. So when we start our high school, it shows our rank. Right now, we are the #1 player in the country, and it's time to decide on some of the schools that we are going to try to attend. So we are looking to play in a strong conference as well as have a strong coaching staff. I'm like, okay, we want some new facilities out there as well. So that will complete the start of our interview, and now it's time to talk to Coach. He is letting me know that I need to select 10 schools that I want to be recruited by. But remember, all of this will change from week to week, and we're able to add schools and take them away as long as we keep that number at 10. So I was trying to figure out exactly where I wanted to go. I came up with a tentative list. You see, you have the overview, and Coach Marcus Freeman will actually give me a boost to attributes. So that is something that I have to keep in mind. Within this overview tab, I'm able to see my projected start and role, the scheme fit, even the coach's career record and current record. So if you go to the recruitment tab, this is where you will see your scholarship bonuses if you receive an offer from a school, etc. And the recruiting class, you are a part of a real class of other players that are also trying to get scholarships from different teams. So you have to keep that in mind when you're going about your journey. The real college football season is actually going on while you are in high school. So essentially, seniors will graduate, somebody will win the national championship, players will be able to transfer. Now keep in mind, you can skip high school if you want to and go straight to college if you don't want that to happen. And now our coach is talking about our tape. One of the most important parts of college football 26. I fell asleep halfway through all of that, is what I'm gonna say to the text message. But we are going to focus on these high school moments and building up our tape. And you see, you're able to choose 4 for each one of these scenarios. And over to the side, it has the school tape score boost for certain schools. So if I pull off what they want me to do, I will get a boost to the recruiting from that squad. So pretty cool stuff right there when it comes to that. I do kind of wish you were able to play a full high school game though. It's just something about going out there and balling out for a full game instead of just playing moments. But here we are, our very first high school game, and the intros are more dynamic this year. They put you behind your player and you're able to pan around the camera to check out the environment. So now they just need to take it a step further and let you completely control the run out. You know what I mean? I'd be running over there off to the side on the track, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, dapping up a cheerleader on my way by. But we are about ready to get this game started, and we are starting with the very first moment. It is telling us don't allow elite receiver to score a touchdown, and we need to get a pass breakup, tackle for loss, or interception. And you are able to control the full playbook in high school. It will be different when you're in college, but check out these camera angles, dude. Pushing up and down on the D-pad. We have some new angles. You know I'm really loving this one. I'm able to see the whole field. So they did add this camera to Road to Glory. And the quarterback is going down in the backfield. He had no idea where to go that time. And we are trying to get back there. I need to get this tackle for loss or interception or force a fumble. And I do just that. And we are going to complete that moment, even though we didn't do exactly what it said we needed to do. I guess a forced fumble is just as good, you know what I mean? So we ended up completing that one, and now it's on to the next. Remember, we had to select 4, and there are different multipliers for different teams on every single moment that we have. So I'm trying to hype up the crowd. Of course, you know you have to hit up on the right stick in order to do that. And we're trying to prevent them from getting in this end zone. Quarterback dropping back. He has time, throwing it over the middle. And we get the stop on 3rd and long, so they do not get the touchdown. And we completed that moment too. Now it's on to locked up. Perform a press. So I'm up on the receiver trying to do that right now. I completed that part of the challenge. You see in the top right corner, you're always able to see exactly what you need to do out here. The quarterback is going down in the backfield. And we completed yet another one. So now it's down to the final one. We still need to try to get that pick. Tackle for loss, pass breakup. Let's see what they're going to do out here on offense. He's going to fumble the ball. And we scoop it up. Big boy is going to take that thing all the way back and get the score. So when you look at that, we are getting scholarship offers after that performance that we put on. Now keep in mind that these scholarship tiers are dynamic. They can go up and down based on your performance from week to week. So we still have to continue to come out here and do what we need to do despite having some of those offers. But the teams that we are really interested in have not offered that scholarship yet. So we still have to fight for those. And before every game, our coach has given us a little scouting report. We are going to be facing a 5-star quarterback, so we have to be on our heels. And now one of my classmates is wanting to know if I want to study or just wing this exam and prepare for the game. I am going to study with my teammate, and this is actually going to increase the interest of a few schools. Notre Dame, IU, and Michigan all went up. And speaking of schools, Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman has hit me up. He wants to see if I can perform a certain act out on the field. So this is going to be a highlight moment, which are high risk, high reward. They'll give you a chance to make a major leap with a particular school, but the challenge comes with a steep price. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. So not only am I a good fit for Notre Dame, but I'm also in Indiana, so that also matters when it comes to some of these schools hitting you up. So you see we have a 6-time multiplier that we can complete if we come out here and get an interception for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Marcus Freeman has his eyes on this game along with his scouts, and it's time to run out and get it popping. With our very first moment, Notre Dame on the field. We have to try to get this interception. I'm like, man, they are starting me off with a crazy one. Right out of the gate, I have to come out and try to get a pick against a 5-star quarterback. Remember, this is the guy that my coach was talking about. He's already getting the completion, but you know I'm trying to lurk. Give me that! The user, 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 the user. We come up with the interception, and Marcus Freeman is impressed by what he saw out there. Now this will increase our scholarship bonus once we are offered one from Notre Dame. Well, if they offer one, hopefully they will. But these bonuses will give you stronger starting values in academics, brand, leadership, and training, additional XP, extra skill points, higher starting coach trust, all kinds of good stuff, man. And you see, we are getting all kinds of scholarship offers, but still not the big schools that I'm really looking at. But we are about to face a team that loves to run the option, so we have to be on the lookout for that. Our coach is giving us a heads up, and I am going to give the polite answer. Thanks, coach. Yes, sir. You know we're getting ready. Hey, man, are you going to homecoming? Oh, yeah, you know I'm about to go, dude. I got to go out there and stunt. Who am I going to go with? Slide into the DMs of the most popular senior? Oh yeah, you know that's what we gonna do, baby. We're gonna see if this will pay off. Followers increase. You get left on red and they go with the starting QB instead. But I hit up someone else saying, you wanna be my top homecoming recruit? And they go with me. Incredible Riz on display.
Holy moly.
You already know what that boy London Bridges II is all about when it comes to the ladies. But it's time for our next game in high school. And we are facing that team that loves the option. So we have to keep that in mind when we're out here on the field. But I am ready to get it popping. You know I have to impress these schools and earn these scholarships. We're trying to get the crowd into it. You see I'm over here pointing at folks. So we need to be a pitch disruptor. We need to get in that backfield and get a tackle for a loss. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do, bro. They are getting tackled right there after a couple of yards. 2nd and 7. I am back there, taking down the quarterback. So all we have to do, this guy London is unbelievable. We are already completing that first moment, and we are going into the next. Call ice veins, prevent a touchdown, get a tackle for loss once again. We are doing our thing against this option team, and they're going to fumble the ball, folks. So we are completing yet another moment. You see the team impacts actually add to your score, and now we are going into read keys, prevent that touchdown. Also make a tackle in man-to-man coverage, and we already completed that. I'm in the backfield doing my thing. All we have to do now is prevent them from scoring a touchdown. On 3rd and 13, they're going to fumble the ball. And we are going to complete that moment. We have even more schools offering us a full scholarship. Now keep in mind, we are able to go over to our top 10 schools and change them out whenever we want. We are getting an offer from Notre Dame. Now these scholarships are dynamic. They can go up and down based on our performance. And the offer tier can also change if the school signs another player at our same position. All of a sudden that tape score might have to increase, but the quality of the scholarship package itself may drop as well. But now you see Billy Napier is hitting us up. He is sending a personal message wanting us to come to Florida so we can thank him for the opportunity. We can make a social media post about not wanting to go there, or say that it is our favorite school that we are leaning toward. And if we do that, the school interest increased from Florida. But you have to think that it is going to go down from some other schools. So you have to be careful when you are making these decisions. And like I said before, the real college football is going on in the background while we still are in high school. And now Kalen DeBoer from Alabama is hitting us up. He wants us to complete one of these highlight moments. I am going to accept the challenge and try to complete that in the next game. So here it is. We have to try to get an interception. And since I am playing on Heisman, we do not have an option to restart a challenge if we fail it, just like we are right here. They ended up scoring a touchdown, and we failed that challenge for Kalen DeBoer. He says that they still have their eye on me, but it is going to be a little more difficult now to get recognized and get that scholarship from Alabama. Our scholarship bonus is going to decrease. So you saw it go up for Notre Dame when we completed that challenge. Now it's going to go down for Alabama. But it's time for senior night. It is going to be our final game of the season, but they want us to narrow our schools down to 3. I'm like, oh man, things are about to start getting crazy. And I told Coach once again I didn't read all of that. So you see at the top our assessed tape score for Alabama. We still need a little bit more in order to receive a scholarship. So I am going to be fighting for that in this very last game because they are in my final 3 along with Florida and Notre Dame. Let's get it! Walking out with our flowers. We are ready to get it popping for our final game in high school. So in total, there's 5 games, 4 moments per game. I did skip a few moments, especially when I was showing that scenario with Alabama. Speaking of Alabama, I get a 3-time multiplier if I complete this moment. And I thought I was about to return a punt for a minute, dude. We definitely need to be able to do that in future years of the game, punt return and kick returns, but we are completing that one because we prevent them from scoring a touchdown. So now I have to perform a press. I was about to try to do it right there, but instead I get a tackle for loss, and now I pull off my press. I have both of the drive goals already completed, so now we're just trying to get a stop on third down over the middle, and they are going to be short of the first down. We complete that moment, and we keep it moving, a hometown hero. We have to prevent a touchdown. Check out the score. We are only up 14-20, so we have to get this stop in order to win the game. And I know this team is trying to come out here and win. We cannot give it up on senior night. We came out with the flowers, looking all fresh. Now we need to get this stop with 59 seconds left in the game. Quarterback dropping back. He's got time. Now he's scrambling for his life. Wait a minute. He broke a tackle and still got it to his receiver. I am like, oh gosh, man, this is not looking good. They are down to the goal line now, 2nd and goal. Look, I'm trying to bait him into throwing it my way. That's why I'm playing so far off of the receiver. I need to be the hometown hero. He's throwing it. No! QB, if you throw my way, I am gonna make you pay. That's exactly what I do. Look at the speedster. High stepping in there for the touchdown. So when you look at that, we pretty much can go anywhere in the country that we want. All of these schools have offered us a scholarship, and now it's time to make our decision. So I'm looking at every single school that has an offer in. I'm adding some to my recruitment board so I can check out the offer bonuses. You see over to the bottom right, you can see these bonuses for each school. Now, Alabama, the starting academic meter is all the way to 1. I believe that is when I failed that challenge, so that is the penalty that I'm going to have to roll with if I go to that school. You are also able to verbally commit at any time you get a scholarship from a squad to protect your scholarship tier and bonuses. But this locks in your offer exactly as it stands. You are not able to basically make it any better or make it any worse, but you can decommit, which will come with some consequences, because if you do that, the tape score threshold required to earn a new offer from that same school will increase, making it more difficult to go there, and the rewards will not be as good. But I am going to have to start cutting some teams down here in a minute, because I have to get down to 3. And I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I've narrowed it down to 4. And you see the bonuses for each school over there to the right. I also have to keep in mind the projected role for each team. Now, it's only projected. This could change when we actually get there. Now, taking a look at the recruiting class, you can see what players that each school actually got to commit there. So that's also something you have to keep in mind when you are making that decision. But I narrowed it down to 3 schools, and Clemson actually ended up winning the national championship. They ended up facing off against Georgia. They got that victory 28-24, but it's time for that hat selection. So this is one of the things I was looking forward to trying out when I got on College Football 26. So you hit a button to stand up, and now it's time to mess with the whole world. You see there's some button prompts at the bottom. If you move your hand to a certain school, you get a reaction. I think that is really cool, man. So we have Notre Dame, Alabama, we're going to hit them with a fake out, and Georgia on the table. Now, I really did not know exactly where I wanted to go at this point. Oh, we're picking up the Georgia hat.
What in the blue moon?
No, sir. We are going to fake out the crowd. So we can also throw a hat. We're going to pick up that Notre Dame and go ahead and give it a toss. The crowd has reacted to all of that as well, so we are down to 2. Georgia or Alabama. We threw the Georgia hat, so that leaves us with 1. decided to take our talents to the University of Alabama. And since we are a 5-star recruit, we are able to equip a mental ability. Now you are able to lose your stars when you're going about this process. So you could, in theory, go from like a 5-star to a 2-star and vice versa. But if you are a 4 and a 5-star, you will be able to equip one of these mental abilities before you start college. And I'm gonna go with Legion, composure gain for all DBs on pass breakups and interceptions. So that's gonna be it for this video. I will be back with some more later on. Once again, big shout out to EA for allowing me to capture this gameplay early. In the next video, I will be making those tough decisions along with making my way up the depth chart. And of course, coming out here getting these user picks with Alabama. So drop a like and sub if you haven't. I'll be back soon. And take me out of here, Siri.
That's nasty. Peace.